y'all, it's your girl Vnai Monroe. If you don't already know, you better ask somebody. I'm coming to y'all to talk today about domestic violence. So let's get into it. Unfortunately, your girl Vnai Monroe knows this topic too well because I've been on both sides of the spectrum. I've been abused and then I've been the abuser. Let's start off with me being the abuser because that's how it went. Ladies, it's not okay. Just the same way you don't want a man laying hands on you, you don't have any right to lay hands on a man. And I was the kind of woman that, I didn't give a damn if a man hits me back after I hit him or we got into a fight after that. Like, I would just be so angry and they would do one little thing that would make me mad and it would just go from 0 to 100 on my part. And thankfully, a lot of those men didn't fight me back. They really could have, harmed me, but they did not. They would do stuff like restrain me or just try to get away from me. So that's my experience of being an abuser. Was, unfortunately, I had to learn the hard way. I laid hands on one of my previous boyfriends and he actually called the police on me and I was actually locked up. I was arrested. I spent like 2 days in jail. Not in jail, but I spent 2 days in the holding cell, which was not all that nice. And unfortunately, when I got in that holding cell, all the other women that were there for the same thing, domestic violence. Literally every girl in that cell with me, that's what they were in there for. And I just felt like it was just so unfortunate that that's the reason we were there. Like, we have to learn to control ourselves. If you have an anger problem, especially when it comes to the opposite sex, you have to learn to tone that down. You have to learn to get a grasp on that. You have to, I ended up getting arrested and I had to do community service. I had to be on a little minor probation. And then I had to take anger management classes, which was like anger management / therapy, which actually worked out for me because I actually got the chance to tap into what was making me so angry. Why was I so angry? And why was it so easy for me to just take off with my spouse? So I learned, I analyzed myself a lot during that time and during those anger management sessions, and it actually worked out for me. And I've, today I can say that was the start of when I started my journey of, being a better me. Because I was out in the world displaying a lot of aggression, a lot of anger due to my own things that I was going through inside of me. Had nothing to do with anybody else, but I was harming others, specifically my spouses, which is not okay. I just feel in a relationship with your spouse, we should have a certain respect level and you should never harm your spouse in any form of way, especially physically. A later relationship I had, I was getting abused and I was very quiet about it. I didn't tell any of my family or friends because I just felt like it wasn't right to keep talking about my abuse when I knew I wasn't ready to leave the relationship. So I just felt I'm not going to put everybody in my business because there's no point because me and him are still going to be together. So, because that's how it will be. It will be with both cases, actually, with me being the abuser and me being the one getting abused. It's like domestic violence. It's like, okay, we have these altercations, these physical altercations with each other just to still be in the relationship with each other. Literally, sometime moments later after the physical altercation. Like, it is insane. And I want to bring awareness to this because I feel like a lot of people don't talk about it a lot. And I feel like in our culture, You know, you might see it happening and you just turn a blind eye to it. But I feel like, you know, at some point we gotta step in. We gotta step in, we gotta step up, and we gotta lift our voices and say this is not okay. A young lady who just recently lost her life a few weeks ago here in Baltimore, Maryland, by the hands of her boyfriend. Literally, there's a video of him chasing her with a gun around her apartment complex parking lot. It's actually very sad to watch. And he ended up actually shooting and killing her that day. It's very sad to hear. And, you know, it made me very sad because I myself have been held at gunpoint by a spouse, unfortunately. And it's not okay. Like, literally, everybody, we have to fix the things that is going on inside of us. It all boils down to working on yourself, taking the time to figure out your triggers, figure out what sets you off, and then figure out why it's triggering you, why you're being set off. Especially in these relationships with the opposite sex. We have to analyze those things within ourselves before we even try to open ourselves up to a relationship, a romantic relationship with the opposite sex or the same sex, you know, whoever it is you encounter those romantic relationships with. We all have to, it's our duty to fix ourselves, work on ourselves, and be at a certain point with ourselves before we enter into those types of relationships. Because stuff happens in those type of relationships. And you can't just go off the rails or let something set you off to the point where now you are physically harming this person that you supposedly love or have feelings for. It's just not right and it doesn't make sense. So, and also, we recently just saw the video of Cassie being attacked by Diddy, which, like I said, seeing these videos for me personally is very heartbreaking because I've been in these situations personally. I've actually tried to leave a man. I was, in a relationship with a man and just felt like I wanted to leave the relationship. I didn't want to live with them anymore. I didn't want to be involved with them anymore. And I wanted to leave the relationship. But unfortunately, with those types of situations, with the thing with Cassie and Diddy, you can obviously see that she was, at that point, it was not just, oh, I want to leave the relationship. Now I'm at the point where I have to escape this relationship. Literally, you have to wait for the perfect moment to escape because the man will not let you leave. And it's just very unfortunate that this goes on. But like I said, I'm going to bring awareness to this topic today by speaking on it. And as others have mentioned, Diddy did post an apology video, but as they said, he didn't even say her name. He kind of like wanted to blame it on his demons, and he was in a dark space. And that's what I mean by, before we engage in these romantic relationships with other people, you must do the work on yourself. You must do the work on yourself to figure out what is wrong with me inside of me so I can work on it, fix it, and then I can be the absolute best person, my best version of me for the people that are around me, for the people that I am involved with, for the people that I have relationships with, especially romantic, spousal relationships. So, his apology kind of was bullcrap. Because it's like, there's no apology. Just say sorry. Just say, I apologize for harming you. And I will never do it again. And mean it and stand on it. And then go get the work done that you need to go to do. But saying to somebody, oh, I was in a dark space, or I had demons, does not give you the right to literally run after, chase after, capture, and then abuse your spouse. It is not okay, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm just gonna leave it here. We need to work on it. This is the last thing I'm gonna say for this video. We all need to take the time out to work on ourselves. If you have triggers, if stuff sets you off, if you are the littlest situation, you're just a angry, wild character, you need to work on that. And hey, comment in the comment section below. Anybody that needs help with working on themselves, or you need to talk to somebody to try and help and figure out what's going on with inside of you, hey, I'm here. I'm already, I already am here for my family and friends, but you guys are also family and friends here at WHATCHA Vnai. Don't just think I'm just dishing out judgment. There's no judgment. This is about awareness and to seek help. So if there's anybody out there that is dealing with domestic violence, whether you are the abuser or you are being abused, please, you can inbox me, leave a comment if you feel comfortable leaving a comment, share your experience, share how you move past those experiences. You guys can, my Instagram is Vnai_Monroe. On Instagram, you guys can DM me there if you guys want to have a personal conversation with me on this topic. I'm an open book. I am here for you, and I want everybody to have the help that they need. And I want us all to be the best version of ourselves, especially while we are involved with other people in a romantic relationship. So that's all I gotta say, y'all. But thank you for watching WHATCHA Vnai by your girl, Vnai Monroe. This is episode 1.5. So yeah, see y'all. And don't forget, keep your hands to yourself. All right?